Hello, my sleepy time friends. Welcome back to another story designed to soothe your mind and ease you into restful sleep. Tonight, we journey to a place where the air is soft and the sea sings lullabies. We're visiting the shimmering coast of Evergreen, a land painted with quiet beauty. Our tale follows Elara, a soul searching for her place, and Kai, an artist who sees the hidden light within her. It's a story woven with threads of self-discovery, tender connection, and the quiet magic found when you listen to your heart. Let the gentle flow of the words wash over you. Release any tension you hold. Just snuggle in, close your eyes if you wish, and allow yourself to simply be present with the story. In the heart of Evergreen, nestled between soft, rolling hills and the vast, whispering ocean, lay a small village called Seabreeze. It was known for its breathtaking sunsets and the ancient lighthouse standing watch. Yet for Elara, Seabreeze often felt small, a place where her dreams felt too big for the quiet streets. Elara worked at the local bakery, her hands busy with dough, but her spirit longed to soar. She was a dreamer in a practical world, her imagination painting vibrant scenes far beyond the village limits. This quiet yearning was a constant companion. She loved the familiar comfort of the bakery, the scent of warm bread, the friendly faces, but a deeper part of her craved something more. A purpose that resonated with the quiet hum of her soul. It was a feeling passed down through generations. Her grandmother, Maeve, had been a painter, a woman who saw the world in extraordinary colors. But Maeve's vision was misunderstood in Seabreeze. She was seen as peculiar, her art dismissed as impractical fancy. Maeve had lived a life touched by loneliness, her beautiful paintings hidden away. Elara felt a profound connection to Maeve, a shared sensitivity and a hidden artistic spark. She carried her grandmother's talent, but also her fear of being different, of being unseen. Her own creative whispers remained tucked away, protected from judgment. She remembered a recurring childhood dream, vivid and full of light. She stood on a cliff, the wind gentle on her face, painting the sky with colors that shimmered and danced. The act filled her with an indescribable joy, a sense of belonging she couldn't find awake. But the dream always ended with a shadow, a darkness that crept in, dimming the colors and silencing the joy. She would wake with a racing heart, the feeling of loss lingering. Her parents, kind but grounded, had encouraged her towards a sensible life, urging her to let go of such fanciful notions. Elara tried to embrace their path, but the quiet longing persisted. She felt like a bird with clipped wings, watching the sky, aching to fly. She spent hours by the ocean, collecting treasures, seeking answers in the endless rhythm of the waves. One day, her wandering led her to a hidden cove, tucked away and unseen before. Towering cliffs sheltered it, and the sand was soft and white. In the center, a small weathered cottage glowed with a warm, inviting light, like a gentle beacon. Drawn by an unseen pull, Elara approached and softly knocked. The door creaked open, revealing a man with kind, knowing eyes and a gentle smile. His presence was calm, like the quiet sea after a storm. "Welcome," he said, his voice a low, soothing tone. "I've been expecting you." His name was Kai. He was an artist who had sought refuge in Seabreeze, drawn by the coast's quiet beauty. Kai had arrived months earlier, seeking escape from a life of demanding success in the city. His art was celebrated, but the pressure had stifled his spirit. He longed to reconnect with the simple joy of creating, to find inspiration in nature's quiet moments. He had found solace in the solitude, in the rhythmic crash of the waves, the whisper of the wind through the grass. Yet a quiet loneliness remained. He missed genuine connection, shared moments, a soul who understood the language of his heart. He had seen Elara on the beach, her eyes reflecting a longing he recognized. He felt an immediate pull, a sense of familiarity, as if their paths were meant to cross. Her quiet strength and hidden depth captivated him. Kai invited Elara inside, and she was enveloped by the cottage's peaceful atmosphere. Paintings adorned the walls, capturing the sea's many moods, the land's gentle curves, and portraits filled with quiet emotion. The air held the comforting scent of paint and the fresh, salty breeze. As they spoke, Elara felt a connection with Kai unlike any she had known. He listened with genuine presence, hearing her dreams, her quiet fears, her unspoken hopes. He offered no judgment, only acceptance, seeing her for who she truly was. He spoke of her grandmother, Maeve, surprising Elara with his knowledge. Kai had discovered Maeve's hidden paintings and was deeply moved by her talent. He saw her as a visionary, a spirit ahead of her time, validating the quiet legacy Elara carried. A spark of hope ignited within Elara. Perhaps her grandmother's art and her own hidden passion could finally find understanding. Kai saw the creative light within Elara, a spark she had kept hidden, and gently encouraged her to let it glow. He invited her to explore her artistic talents, to express the emotions she held inside through painting, drawing, sculpting. It was a gentle invitation to unlock a part of herself she had kept caged. At first, Elara hesitated, her fear of judgment whispering doubts. She didn't see herself as an artist, but with Kai's patient guidance and quiet encouragement, she began to experiment, tentatively at first, then with growing confidence. She discovered a natural ability to capture the world's beauty, not just visually, but emotionally. Simple sketches of shells evolved into landscapes that breathed with the sea air, seascapes that mirrored the depths of her own feelings. Kai shared his knowledge gently, teaching her about light, color, and form. He encouraged her to trust her intuition, to find her own unique voice on the canvas. Each brushstroke felt like a step closer to her true self. As Elara spent more time in Kai's quiet world, a deeper feeling began to blossom. She was drawn to his calm strength, his gentle wisdom, his ability to find beauty in the simplest things. His presence felt like coming home. She loved the way his eyes held hers, filled with warmth and understanding. She loved the gentle touch of his hand, a quiet reassurance. She loved how he made her feel seen, alive, and full of quiet possibility. Kai, too, found his heart opening to Elara. Her spirit, her quiet determination, her vulnerability captivated him. He saw a kindred soul, someone who understood the quiet language of his own heart, someone who accepted him completely. He carried the quiet ache of past hurt, a betrayal that had made him wary of love, but Elara's genuine warmth and unwavering belief in goodness gently melted his defenses. He was drawn to her light, her quiet strength, her capacity for deep connection. He loved the soft sound of her laughter, like wind chimes, He loved the gentle blush that touched her cheeks. He loved the way she looked at him, her eyes reflecting a quiet adoration that mirrored his own feelings. Their love grew slowly, naturally, like a delicate flower unfolding in the sun. They spent hours walking the beach, sharing quiet conversations about their lives, their dreams, their hidden fears. They shared secrets whispered on the wind, laughter that echoed softly, and tears shed in quiet understanding. One evening, as they sat on the beach, watching the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in soft hues of orange and pink, Kai turned to her. The air was calm, filled with the scent of salt and the gentle murmur of the waves. "Elara," he said, his voice a soft caress. "I love you. I love the light in your spirit, your quiet passion, your unwavering belief in yourself. I want to share the rest of my life with you." Elara's heart swelled, a quiet joy filling her chest. This was the moment she had unknowingly longed for, the feeling of being truly seen and loved. "I love you too, Kai," she whispered, her voice soft with emotion. "I love your kindness, your quiet strength, your ability to see the beauty in everything. Yes, I want to spend my life with you." They embraced, the world outside the cove fading away. There was only the gentle warmth of their connection, their love, and the quiet promise of a future together. His lips met hers in a kiss that was tender, a gentle sealing of their hearts, a quiet promise whispered between souls. But their love, like any deep connection, faced challenges. The villagers of Seabreeze, rooted in tradition, were wary of Kai. His quiet solitude, his different way of life, his relationship with Elara stirred suspicion. Gossip, like a quiet tide, began to spread. Mrs. Higgins, a respected elder and a voice of tradition, led the quiet opposition. She was resistant to change, suspicious of outsiders, and saw Elara's connection with Kai as a deviation from the expected path. She had always viewed Elara as too sensitive, too easily swayed by fanciful ideas. She saw Kai as potentially disruptive, perhaps even deceitful, a man who didn't fit the village's quiet rhythm. Whispers turned into rumors that Kai was hiding from a past, that he was using Elara, that his art was strange and unsettling. The quiet judgment of the village began to weigh heavily. The villagers, influenced by the persistent gossip, began to subtly distance themselves. Conversations hushed as Elara and Kai approached. Smiles became strained. The warmth Elara had known in the bakery began to cool. Elara felt the sting of their judgment, heartbroken by their inability to see Kai's true nature. She tried to speak his truth, to share his kindness, but her words seemed to fall on deaf ears, lost in the tide of suspicion. She approached Mrs. Higgins, her voice gentle but firm, asking her to see beyond the rumors. But Mrs. Higgins remained steadfast, convinced she was protecting the village from an unwelcome influence. Kai, though aware of the whispers, remained calm. He knew he couldn't force acceptance. His path was to remain true to himself, to his art, and to his love for Elara. He continued to paint, his canvases reflecting the quiet beauty of the coast, the depth of his own spirit. He shared his work, hoping the art itself might speak, might show the villagers the gentle soul behind the quiet exterior. Then, a terrible storm descended upon the village. The wind howled with a fierce voice, rain lashed down, and the waves crashed against the shore with terrifying force. The ancient lighthouse, a symbol of hope and safety, groaned under the onslaught, its very foundation threatened. Fear gripped the villagers. They huddled in their homes, listening to the storm's fury, praying for it to pass. But the storm raged on, its power growing, the lighthouse swaying precariously. The lighthouse was more than stone and light. It was the heart of Seabreeze, a beacon that had guided generations safely home. Its collapse would be a devastating loss, a symbol of their vulnerability against nature's power. Elara knew she couldn't stand by. The lighthouse needed help. She ran through the storm to Kai's cottage, her heart pounding, and told him of the danger. Without a moment's hesitation, Kai gathered his tools. Together they faced the storm's wrath, battling the wind and rain, making their way to the lighthouse. Climbing the winding stairs, the storm battered them. Wind tore at their clothes, rain blinded them, and the crashing waves below sent tremors through the stone. Each step was a struggle against the elements. They worked tirelessly, their hands raw, reinforcing the structure, securing loose stones, tightening bolts. They used ropes and planks, anything they could find, driven by a quiet determination to save the beacon. At one point, a massive wave struck the base, sending a jolt through the tower. Kai lost his footing, falling hard, his head striking a rock. Elara cried out, rushing to his side. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through her. She checked for a pulse, relief washing over her as she found it, faint but steady. He was unconscious. She knew she had to get him down, but he was too heavy. She called out, her voice thin against the storm's roar, but no one heard. Despair began to creep in, cold and heavy. Just as hope flickered, she saw figures approaching through the driving rain. The villagers, seeing the danger, had come. Their faces, etched with fear and determination, were a welcome sight. Together, they carefully carried Kai down the stairs and through the storm to the village doctor. The doctor examined him, confirming a concussion, but assuring Elara he would recover. Elara stayed by Kai's side, her hand holding his, her heart filled with gratitude for the villagers' unexpected help. In the face of shared danger, the quiet walls of suspicion had begun to crumble. Finally, after hours of desperate effort, the lighthouse was stabilized. The storm began to subside, its fury spent. The villagers, exhausted but relieved, cheered for Elara and Kai. In their bravery, their selflessness, the villagers finally saw the truth of their hearts. Mrs. Higgins, her face softened by the shared ordeal, approached Elara and Kai. Her voice was quiet, humbled. She apologized for her prejudice, admitting her error, expressing her deep gratitude for their courage. The storm passed completely, and the sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden light over the village. Seabreeze was safe, the lighthouse standing tall, a symbol now not just of guidance, but of unity and acceptance. From that day forward, the quiet judgment lifted. The villagers welcomed Kai, admiring his courage, his skill, and the depth of his love for Elara. The whispers were replaced by murmurs of respect and gratitude. Elara and Kai were married in a simple, heartfelt ceremony on the beach, the gentle waves providing the music. The villagers attended, their presence a testament to their changed hearts. They celebrated with music, dancing, and a feast shared under the open sky. Elara wore a dress that shimmered like the sea, adorned with treasures from the shore. Kai's suit was the deep blue of the ocean, reflecting the calm strength he had found. They exchanged vows, their voices soft but clear, promising a lifetime of love and shared purpose. Their kiss sealed the promise, a moment of quiet joy witnessed by the sea and the sky. Elara and Kai built their life together in Seabreeze, a life rich with art, love, and quiet inspiration. They continued to create, their art reflecting the beauty they found in each other and the world around them. Elara opened her own art studio, a warm, inviting space where she shared her passion. She taught painting, drawing, and sculpting, nurturing the creative sparks in children and adults alike. She became a gentle mentor, helping others discover their own hidden talents. She shared the story of her grandmother Maeve, displaying her paintings with pride. The students were captivated by Maeve's vision, recognizing her as a true artist, finally giving her legacy the appreciation it deserved. Kai continued to paint, his works gaining recognition far beyond Seabreeze. He traveled, exhibiting his art, sharing his message of hope and the quiet power of beauty. He used his influence to support causes close to their hearts, protecting the coast, supporting young artists, helping those in need. His fame never overshadowed the quiet life he cherished with Elara. Together, Elara and Kai transformed Seabreeze. It became known not just for its sunsets, but as a haven for artists, dreamers, and anyone seeking a place where creativity and kindness flourished. They fostered a community where differences were celebrated, and the quiet whispers of the soul were heard. Years passed, gentle as the turning tide. Elara and Kai grew old together, their love a quiet, steady light. They watched Seabreeze flourish, a vibrant community of artists and dreamers, a testament to the life they had built. They sat on the porch of their cottage, their hands intertwined, watching the sun paint the sky each evening. Their faces held the lines of a life well lived, their eyes still holding the spark of shared love and quiet joy. They had faced challenges, known moments of doubt, but their love and their shared purpose had guided them. They had created a life filled with meaning, passion, and a quiet, deep contentment. One day, sitting on the beach watching the sunset's final breathtaking display, Elara turned to Kai, a soft smile on her lips. "We did it, my love," she said, her voice gentle. "We created a beautiful life, we made a difference." Kai smiled back, his eyes full of tenderness. "Yes, Elara," he whispered, "and it all began with a dream, and a quiet knock on a door." They embraced, the world fading to the soft glow of the sunset. There was only them, their enduring love, and the quiet knowledge of a life lived fully, purposefully, and with deep joy. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in soft, ethereal hues, Elara and Kai closed their eyes. Their hearts were full, their spirits at peace. They drifted off to sleep together as they had lived. And so the story of Elara and Kai, the artist and the dreamer, comes to a gentle close. But their legacy lives on, in the art that graces the walls of Seabreeze, in the lives they touched with kindness, and in the village itself, a beacon of creativity and acceptance, inspiring dreamers everywhere. I hope this journey to Evergreener has brought you a sense of peace tonight. Remember, my sleepy time friends, that within each of you lies a spark of creativity, a quiet dream waiting to be discovered. Even when you feel lost or the world feels loud, don't be afraid to listen to the whispers of your own soul. Dare to follow your dreams, to embrace your passions, and to create a life that resonates with your deepest self. It may not always be easy, but the journey is worth it. The story of Elara and Kai is a gentle reminder of the power of love, the importance of seeing and being seen, and the quiet magic that unfolds when you believe in yourself and in the possibility of connection. You, too, have the potential to create your own haven, your own place of beauty and meaning. Open your heart gently, trust your intuition, and allow the quiet whispers of your soul to guide you. And now, my sleepy time friends, it is time to rest. Close your eyes softly. Take a deep, calming breath in and release it slowly. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath guiding you deeper into relaxation. Let any thoughts or worries drift away like clouds on the breeze. Feel the comfort of your bed, the quiet of the space around you. Allow yourself to sink into a state of peaceful surrender. Sweet dreams, my dears. May your sleep be deep and restorative. May your dreams be filled with beauty, peace, and endless, gentle possibilities. Thank you for joining me for tonight's story. If this story brought you comfort, please consider giving this video a gentle like. Sharing your thoughts in a comment below would be lovely. I enjoy hearing from you, and if you wish for more stories and moments of calm, please subscribe to my Sleepy Time channel. Sweet dreams, and I will be here for you next time.